Have you ever wondered if something as simple as a vitamin could play a role in men's sexual health? Today, we're taking a closer look at folic acid, also known as vitamin B9, and how it might support healthy male function as we age. This video is especially for older adults who care about their well-being and want to understand the science behind how our bodies change over time. We'll explore what recent studies have discovered about folic acid and why it's gaining attention, not just for heart or brain health, but for something more personal. We invite you to stay with us through the end of the video. There's a fascinating connection between this essential vitamin and the body's natural processes, something many haven't heard before. You might be surprised by what we uncover. Let's begin. As we age, many men begin to notice subtle changes in their health, some more personal than others. One area that often surprises people is how essential certain nutrients can be for maintaining sexual wellness. Among these, folic acid, also known as vitamin B9, has drawn increasing attention for its role in supporting healthy erections, not through hormones, but through something far more foundational: blood flow. You see, folic acid plays a critical part in the production of nitric oxide, a molecule the body naturally produces to help relax and widen blood vessels. This process, known as vasodilation, is key to what scientists call the erection cascade. Without adequate nitric oxide, this natural chain reaction can slow down or become less effective. A recent study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine examined over 800 men, 980 of whom had erectile dysfunction, ED, and 850 who did not. Researchers found that men with ED had significantly lower levels of folic acid in their bloodstream, up to 0.94 nanograms per milliliter, less than their healthy counterparts. Even more revealing, the study observed a clear trend. The more severe the erectile dysfunction, the lower the folic acid level. Take, for example, Walter, a 68-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio. He had been active his whole life, but over time, he noticed a decline in his performance that left him frustrated and unsure. After learning about folic acid's connection to nitric oxide, he began speaking with a nutritionist. While Walter didn't jump into any major supplements right away, he made small changes, adding more leafy greens like spinach and citrus fruits to his daily meals. Over time, he noticed improvements not dramatic, but meaningful. For those curious, foods rich in folate include spinach, broccoli, beans, oranges, and even beef liver. These natural sources offer a gentle, daily way to support your body without overwhelming it. While researchers continue to explore the full picture, one thing is becoming clearer. Nutrients like folic acid may quietly influence how we age, how we feel, and yes, even how we connect with our partners. It's not about chasing youth. It's about understanding our bodies better and giving them what they need to thrive at every stage of life. Sometimes, the path to feeling better starts with the smallest building blocks. One of those, surprisingly, is folic acid, also known as vitamin B9. While often linked to prenatal health, researchers are now discovering its possible benefits in supporting male sexual function, especially as men grow older. At the heart of this connection is nitric oxide, a natural compound that helps relax blood vessels and improve blood flow. This process, known as vasodilation, plays a key role in achieving and maintaining healthy erections. Without enough nitric oxide, this process may not function as effectively, and that's where folic acid comes in. A clinical study published in Andrology looked into this relationship more closely. The researchers compared blood folic acid levels between men with erectile dysfunction, ED, and those without. They found that men with ED consistently had lower folic acid levels, and the more severe the dysfunction, the lower those levels dropped. But what happens when folic acid is added back in? In the same study, participants with moderate to severe ED were given 0.4 to 0.5 milligrams of folic acid daily for a period of 3 months. The results were promising. Many of the men experienced measurable improvements in function. Those who began with severe dysfunction moved toward moderate or even mild categories. The change wasn't instant, but it was steady, and in many cases, meaningful. Let's look at one example. James, a 64-year-old retired teacher from Arizona, had been quietly dealing with ED for years. Frustrated but curious, he joined a university-led pilot program focused on nutrition and men's health. With guidance, he began supplementing a small daily dose of folic acid, while maintaining a balanced diet and moderate exercise routine. After 3 months, he noticed improved energy, better circulation, and most importantly, more confidence. For those looking to support their health naturally, foods like leafy greens, citrus fruits, beans, and whole grains offer a safe and steady source of folate. While more research is still needed, These small daily habits could quietly make a difference over time. Sometimes, progress doesn't come from dramatic changes but from simple steps, taken consistently, with care and understanding. When it comes to managing health challenges like diabetes, many men are surprised to learn how closely blood sugar levels, circulation, and sexual function are connected. Over time, diabetes can affect blood vessels and nerves, sometimes leading to difficulties in achieving or maintaining an erection. But recent research is offering some hopeful insights, particularly when it comes to combining certain treatments. One study, published in the International Journal of Impotence Research, explored how folic acid and tadalafil might work together in men with type 2 diabetes. Researchers divided a group of diabetic patients with erectile dysfunction into two subgroups. Both groups received 10 milligrams of tadalafil every other day, a commonly prescribed medication. However, one group also received 5 milligrams of folic acid daily, while the other was given a placebo pill with no active ingredients. Over time, something interesting happened. The group taking both tadalafil and folic acid showed more consistent and firmer erections than the group using tadalafil alone. While both groups had access to the same standard care, the added folic acid seemed to enhance the effect. For instance, meet Robert, a 67-year-old retired truck driver from Georgia. Living with type 2 diabetes for over a decade, he had experienced the ups and downs of blood sugar management, and more recently, a drop in his confidence due to ED. As part of a clinical follow-up program at his local VA hospital, Robert participated in a trial where he received folic acid alongside his routine medications. After just a few weeks, he noticed that his energy levels in response to treatment had improved subtly but noticeably. For those managing diabetes, folate-rich foods like asparagus, lentils, and fortified cereals can offer gentle support. And while no single approach works for everyone, studies like this remind us that sometimes small additions can create meaningful change. Understanding your body and staying curious about new research may be one of the most empowering steps on the journey to better health. Even with promising findings, science moves carefully, especially when it comes to recommending treatments. While folic acid has shown potential in supporting erectile function, especially through its role in nitric oxide production, experts are quick to emphasize that it's not yet an officially recommended therapy for erectile dysfunction. A key reason lies in the limitations of current research. Most available studies have been relatively small or short-term. Although improvements have been observed, such as milder symptoms or better blood flow, there simply isn't enough large-scale or long-term data to draw firm conclusions. We still don't know the ideal dosage, how long it should be taken, or whether the benefits are lasting or temporary. A 2021 review in Current Urology Reports noted that while early studies show a correlation between low folate levels and erectile issues, no formal treatment guidelines include folic acid as a standalone or approved treatment for ED. Clinical trials are ongoing, but more evidence is needed before it can be widely endorsed. This cautious approach exists for good reason. Like any supplement, folic acid can interact with certain medications. For example, some anticonvulsants used to treat epilepsy or chronic nerve pain may not pair well with high doses of folic acid, potentially altering the effectiveness of either. That's why individual health situations always matter. To illustrate this, consider David, a 70-year-old jazz musician from New Orleans. After hearing about folic acid online, he started taking over-the-counter supplements without speaking to his doctor. A few weeks in, he noticed his seizure medication wasn't working quite the same. After a check-in with his neurologist, they traced the shift back to the folic acid, something he hadn't realized could interfere. For those interested in boosting folate intake, experts generally recommend starting with food sources. Leafy greens, fortified cereals, and citrus fruits are great options. They provide the nutrient in natural amounts that fit easily into a balanced diet. In the end, staying informed, asking the right questions, and focusing on overall wellness can make a world of difference, one mindful step at a time. Sometimes the best support for your health comes not from a bottle, but from your plate. When it comes to folate, a natural form of vitamin B9, experts often suggest getting it through whole foods instead of supplements, especially when no medical deficiency is present. Folate plays a key role in helping the body produce and regulate nitric oxide, which supports blood flow. While supplements may be helpful in certain cases, the safer, more sustainable way to maintain healthy levels is through a folate-rich diet. The good news is, these foods are easy to find and fit naturally into everyday meals. Leafy greens like spinach, broccoli, and cauliflower are excellent sources of folate. Fruits, such as bananas, cantaloupe, and oranges also offer a gentle, nutritious boost. Tomatoes, whether fresh or in juice form, can support intake, along with mushrooms, beef liver, and kidney for those who include organ meats in their diet. These foods don't just deliver folate, they also bring fiber, antioxidants, and other nutrients that contribute to overall wellness. Take Maria, a 71-year-old retired librarian from Oregon. She began adding steamed broccoli and fresh orange slices to her lunch every day, along with switching her white bread for whole grain toast. Within a few weeks, she noticed she felt lighter, more energized, and her blood pressure stabilized. While her goal wasn't to fix anything overnight, these small dietary choices made a noticeable difference in how she felt. Beyond diet, lifestyle habits play a big part in long-term health. Managing weight, staying physically active, avoiding smoking, and limiting alcohol can help the body process nutrients more efficiently. According to the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, combining good nutrition with regular movement, even just 30 minutes of walking a day can support cardiovascular and sexual health in aging adults. Incorporating folate-rich foods is a safe, natural step that fits easily into a balanced routine. It's not about chasing perfection, but about nourishing your body in a way that feels steady, practical, and kind to yourself over time. While folic acid has shown promise in supporting certain aspects of health, it's important to remember that no nutrient exists in isolation. Just like any other compound, folic acid can interact with medications already being used, sometimes in ways that aren't immediately visible. This is especially relevant for individuals taking anticonvulsant drugs, which are commonly prescribed for conditions like epilepsy, chronic nerve pain, or mood disorders. According to a clinical summary published in the American Journal of Therapeutics, folic acid may reduce the effectiveness of some anticonvulsants by altering how they're metabolized in the body. In turn, the medication may also affect how folic acid is absorbed, creating a two-way interaction that needs careful monitoring. That's why not everyone is a good candidate for folic acid supplementation, especially without professional guidance. What works well for one person might not be suitable for another, particularly if they're managing complex or chronic health conditions. Take James, a 74-year-old jazz pianist from Illinois. After reading an article about the benefits of vitamin B9, he began taking an over-the-counter folic acid supplement. A few weeks later, he experienced breakthrough seizures, something he hadn't dealt with in years. Concerned, he visited his neurologist, who discovered that the folic acid had been interfering with James's long-established seizure medication. It was a well-meaning decision, but one that came with unexpected consequences. For anyone considering folic acid as part of their health routine, the most responsible first step is to talk with a qualified healthcare provider. A professional can assess current medications, evaluate potential risks, and determine whether dietary sources or low-dose supplementation is best suited to your needs. Staying informed, asking thoughtful questions, and choosing a safe path forward is always the wisest choice, especially when it comes to supporting long-term health with care and confidence. As we've seen, something as simple as folic acid may quietly play a role in how we age, feel, and connect with ourselves and with others. It's not about quick fixes, but about learning what supports your body and making small, thoughtful choices each day. You don't have to change everything overnight. But starting tomorrow, why not add a few more greens to your plate or take a short walk with purpose? And if you're thinking about supplements, speak with your doctor first to be sure it's right for you. If you're still watching and found this information helpful, leave a 0 or 1 in the comments. I'd love to know you're here. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more insights each week. You're never too old to feel your best, one gentle step at a time.